great chair, and he's actually a member of a board that is both a strategic board and a working board, and I'm very glad that they're represented by Marjan Shalal and Donna Wolf, and of course Bob. And then, did I see a former board member? Yes, Leanne Bigelow. So thank you guys, thank you for always nurturing and caring for this organization and coming back again and again. So first I want to congratulate you guys, because when I heard the music at the program for tobacco-free kids, I said it's all over. I myself wanted to run over there for a minute. So. But you knew that you were in the right place at the right time. And history will always note that you were here today. So welcome. So I want to start, just make a few remarks, just think a little bit about some of what Bob has already raised, and just again, ask you all to make sure that you spread the word, because that's the point of this press club event. I hope you'll join us at 6:30, but I also hope that you will spread the word about all of these events. You're guaranteed to learn something new about the city, and you're guaranteed to have a better understanding both of the contemporary issues and the issues that have beset us and brought us joy over all these years of being residents of the city. So I want to first thank our honorary committee, and to date, the honorary committee consists of council members Nadu, Jack Evans, Mary Che, Brandon Todd, Kenyon McDuffie, Charles Allen, Yvette Alexander, LaRuby May, Anita Bonds, David Grosso, Alyssa Silverman, and also the DC Council Chair, Phil Mendelson. So we got a good showing from our City Council members. The DC Public Library Executive Director, Richard Rees-Gavilan, DC Archivist, Rebecca Katz, the Head of Cultural Tourism, Stephen Schulman, DC Preservation League Executive Director, Rebecca Miller, and the DC Commission on the Arts and Humanities Executive, Arthur Espinoza Jr., and I see Victoria's in the audience representing him, so thank you, Victoria. We've also obviously not done this by ourselves. We've also had the benefit of scholars and advisors. And I want to honor those scholars and advisors, Dr. Sandra Jowers from UDC Community College, Dr. San Diego Moore from UDC College, Dr. Derek Musgrove from the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, Dr. Peter Uffland from UDC Community College, Adrian Terrell Washington, an independent scholar, and Dr. Alex Bain, who is in the back of the room, who is our scholar in residence, so very happy to have him. And then Matthew Gilmore, a board member, who is also the moderator of the HDC listserv. And then we were also fortunate to have some creatives, some people who are working in programming in the district, Ariana Austin at French Thomas Creative, Nafisa Issa, who is a human rights consultant, Pamela Pinnock at McNerney Development, Amy Seidman with Story District, Terry Scott, the consultant with Arts and Humanities, and Jessica Solomon, Art in Praxis. So I wanted to take the time to acknowledge the work and the effort that they have put in over time. So just very briefly to, as I said, to add to Bob's excellent references, I wanted to suggest to you that Solomon Brown, William Cranch, Myrtilla Minor, and Nannie Helen Burroughs are names that we should all know and know very well, but many of us don't. Solomon Brown served as a member of the first local legislative body to run the district back in 1871. William Cranch served as a judge, eventually the chief judge on the local court from 1801 until 1855. Myrtilla Minor founded one of the first educational institutions for African American women in the 19th century. and Nanny Helen Burroughs continued this vital work by establishing her own institution in the early 20th century. The District of Columbia possesses a long and illustrious history of men and women building community, overcoming obstacles, and creating a vibrant sense of identity based on both the local and the national characteristics of the nation's capital. We are here today to celebrate the birth and the continued life of a place like no other in the United States, the District of Columbia. When the effort to build the district began in the 1790s, the project combined the talents of both white and African American residents. Not only did free and enslaved African Americans supply the labor to build the first federal buildings, but a black man provided the talent to set the boundary stones, as Bob has mentioned, using complex mathematical calculations. Benjamin Banneker and Andrew Ellicott did indeed lay the foundations of the nation's capital. Bob has talked about Boss Shepherd, developing an urban infrastructure and a school system that served whites and African Americans. The era of home rule since 1974 marks the second experiment in self-government for the district, one that has proven to be durable and lasting. The modern-day District of Columbia provides opportunities for leadership for women and minorities to an extent not found in many other parts of the country. The district boasts exemplars of executive, legislative, and judicial branch leadership, such as Sharon Pratt, the mayor from 1990 to 1994, and our present mayor, Muriel Bowser. These women share positions of authority with judges such as Anna Blackburn-Rigsby, Phyllis Thompson, Corinne Beckwith, and Catherine Easterly, and the 6 legislative women that I mentioned earlier. You will forgive me if I say to you that collectively, it is safe to say that women run the District of Columbia. That in itself is worthy of celebration. This year marks the 225th anniversary of the founding of the district. Over the course of the year, we will touch on topics ranging from tourism to protests, from politics to culture. Our conversations will reach into neighborhoods, Georgetown, Hillsdale, Fort Totten, and the Southwest waterfront. We will touch on issues of race and ethnicity, class and gender, and how they have influenced the lives of Washingtonians, past and present. The District of Columbia is an unusual hybrid of an independent city and a showcase for national policy experiments. We have benefited and suffered as a result. Today, the district stands proudly on its own, having survived political scandals and a recent period of direct congressional oversight. However, in recent years, the District of Columbia government has continued to operate effectively, even while the federal government remains trapped in partisan gridlock. The commemoration of the 225th anniversary of the founding of the District of Columbia is both an occasion to take stock of past accomplishments and to look towards the future. What will the 250th anniversary bring? How about the 275th? The younger members of this audience will be in a good position to know. Join us over the next 12 months, and we will note how far we've come and how far we have to go. Thank you for your attention.